A pastor colleague I met at the stewardship conference a week ago said to me, "I don't want to birth a child into this world." And her words came to mind as I reflected on this passage. Baby Moses entered a world of genocide. Pharaoh decreed that every Hebrew boy be drowned in the Nile because he was afraid the Hebrews were becoming too strong and outnumbering them. In a time when families should have been rejoicing, when newborns should have been wrapped in celebration and songs, there was only despair. A mother woke before the sun, her heart beat louder than her baby's cries. There was no naming ceremony, no cooing relatives or imagined future, only questions. How long could she keep him quiet? How long before someone knocked on her door? It was as if the walls themselves were holding their breath. And across time, that dread finds its kin. In Gaza, a mother clutches her child as dust fills the air and sirens wail. This anguish is not confined to one place, it reverberates across borders. Federal agents storm apartment buildings in the middle of the night without a warrant. Trans and non-binary people risk harassment or worse for using a bathroom. Immigrants wonder if a routine check-in will be the last time they'll see their loved ones. We may know something, a little bit, of Moses' world. The scriptures speak to these fears and one mother's early morning resolve. She weaves a basket out of reeds and desperation, not knowing if she's creating a cradle or a coffin. And a sister stands by the river, watching the current carry her brother toward the unknown. Down the river, a daughter of Pharaoh bathed in the same waters. When the daughter of Pharaoh looked into the basket, she knew immediately that it was one of the Hebrew children. She could have turned away. She could have turned the baby in. And instead, she reaches for the baby. And we do not know what moved her. Had she longed for a child of her own? Was she haunted by what she witnessed while bathing in the Nile? Did her father know she was fostering a Hebrew child, or was she so indulged and loved by her father that it was okay, he let this one go? She lifts the child from the water, not knowing this action would one day unravel Pharaoh's plans. She will raise a boy who will one day stand before Pharaoh and demand freedom. But if you zoom out just a little more, there is even a deeper current of liberation stirring in the waters. A chorus of women, Hebrew and Egyptian alike, working across generations and cultures, they laid the foundation for what would follow. In Exodus chapter 1, before Moses is born, Pharaoh summons two midwives, Shiphrah and Puah, and tells them to kill all the Hebrew babies as soon as they're born. But the women fear God more than they fear Pharaoh, and they refuse his orders and allow the baby to live. These midwives use their skills and their proximity to power to resist genocide. Imagine their story spreading through hushed whispers from wells to kitchen fires, emboldening women, people, families everywhere to resist in their own ways. And so their spirit of defiance flows into the arms of a mother who hides her son, into the gaze of a princess who chooses compassion, into the footsteps of a sister who conspires this very extraordinary connection, collaboration between her Hebrew mother and this Egyptian princess. And unbeknownst to themselves, they nurtured a liberation across ethnicity, religion, generation, culture, and class, proving that deliverance is never the work of one person alone, but the chorus of many.